I've been thinking a lot lately about how our homes should really serve the life that we are living in them. And as homemakers, of course, we're called to steward our homes well, but I don't think that always means doing more. And it certainly doesn't mean being chained to the stove in order to feed our families throughout the day. Sometimes good stewardship looks like adapting our homes and our routines to the season that we're actually in. And for our family, summer is a season where we naturally spend a lot more time outside. Although the days start a little slower this time of year, they really do feel fuller. So, our garden needs tending, our animals need caring for. I have kids who really do want to be outside, not as much as possible. I think that's probably a stretch because we are enjoying just chilling and not having a lot of places to be. But we do also love the spontaneous trips to the splash pad or my mom's swimming pool. We really do stay outdoors quite a bit. And then because our mornings are so much slower, we tend to get outside later. So we stay outside later. And all of that to say, I've just found that especially in this season, as my girls are getting older, we really need meals that can support all of this movement, all of this adventuring. And I've realized that the way we care for our homes doesn't always have to look the same in every single season. Sometimes the best thing we can do is allow our routines to change with the life that's happening around us. As I had a friend recently point out, homemaking is one of the best jobs we've ever had. It is also one of the hardest because it is ever changing. It is constantly evolving. As kids grow, as seasons of the year and seasons of life change, something new needs to be learned. We have to make adjustments and pivot and do what's best for our family, for our household, for our community. And that's exhausting. But the rewards to me far outweigh the sacrifice, or I wouldn't even call it sacrifice, the challenges, the exhaustion. It's a beautiful exhaustion. But that being said, I know that a lot of people, including myself at times, have not wanted to fully lean into this idea of flexibility, dare I say, or just trying to adapt throughout the year, throughout the month, whatever it looks like for our family, because we are so resistant to change. Let's just be honest, we kind of flail our way through summer, especially as my girls are older and they're both in like a normal school year rhythm now, that when we get to summer, it's kind of just a shock to the system. So the way that we eat in summer tends to be pretty simple, but I have truly found that having meals in place are like a grounding measure for me in some type of way, and I feel like my family as well. Now, I'm not necessarily looking for elaborate meals or complicated routines. I'm just looking for things that are nourishing, easy to prepare, and realistic for the season that we're in. Right now, breakfast has been some combination of like hard-boiled eggs, sourdough toast with some jelly on it, and then whatever fruit we have on hand. I love that this kind of meal does not require a lot of planning, but it does still feel like I'm getting protein and it's connecting us back to the rhythms of our home. And in comes the Snackle Box. I know most moms of young kids are using this trick, and for good reason. Summer is the season where we are constantly packing snacks and refilling water bottles, just trying to keep everyone fed between the coming and the going. Summer is also probably when I notice the need for simple systems the most. When we are constantly moving in and out of the house, I don't want our home to be something that keeps pulling us back inside. I want it to support the way we actually live. I also don't want to be going through a drive-through line every time we choose to take family adventure. So having things ready to grab, like a snack box with some of our favorite foods, just makes it easier to say yes to spontaneous afternoons outside. Sometimes creating a home that serves us well is as simple as taking it with us. I also think summer is a great time to enjoy food simply because it's fun. So I usually opt for grab and go lunches, but every now and then I see something I want to try out, like these BLT Nachos. Not to mention the fact that I really love tomatoes in the summer. Like they're okay the rest of the year, but there is just something about a fresh tomato when it's 90 plus degrees outside. BLTs have always felt like a summer meal to me, so turning those flavors into nachos felt like the perfect, easy, and fun lunch. I love meals like this because they don't require a lot of effort, but they still make an ordinary day feel a little more special. And of course, no summer food list would be complete without something cold to drink. I used to really think that I wanted to try to figure out all of the iced coffee drinks, and maybe I'll circle back to that. But this summer, blueberry lemonade has quickly become one of my favorite new traditions. It's simple and refreshing and feels like the kind of thing you just want sitting beside you after a long day outside, something to sip as you take a stroll through the garden or go on a walk with the family while the kids ride bikes. I think it's those small seasonal things that make everyday life feel a little more memorable, not to mention the fact that there's antioxidants from the blueberries. So it's healthy, guys. I mean, there's a little bit of sugar. By the way, I will have all of these recipes down in the description box, but I'm just letting you know that this is amazing. Okay, and for dinner. Dinner is probably where this idea has changed the most for me. I used to think homemaking meant creating these beautiful, elaborate meals every night and having a perfect tablescape, but the reality is this: sometimes the best thing I can do for my family is make something simple that gives us more time together. This sheet pan dinner does take a little bit more time because of the different drizzles and seasonings and marinades, but it honestly could be prepped beforehand or like first thing in the morning before my kids even wake up. And then when we get home from wherever we've been, just throw it into the oven. So it comes together without a ton of effort or time as long as it's planned out well. But it also uses ingredients that are at their best this time of year and allows us to spend more of the evening outside instead of inside cleaning up. That's one of my favorite things about sheet pan meals is how easily they clean up. But one thing I've really been trying to embrace this summer is eating with the season we're in. As you probably already noticed, our garden is not quite ready for a big harvest yet, but we have been enjoying so much of what summer has to offer through like local farm stands and the produce that they have available for us right now. So peaches, zucchini, squash, corn, green beans. These are the flavors that really make summer in the South feel like summer. There's something so special about building meals around what is growing around you, whether that's from our own backyard or a local farmer who's put in the work to grow it. And I think that's another way our homes can serve us well. Instead of fighting the rhythm of this season, we can lean into it. I've talked before about how I have never been a huge fan of summer. I've always liked cold weather better, but as I've gotten older and become a homemaker, become a gardener in my own yard, I better appreciate all that summer has to offer. And this is one of those things. It just feels like we won't have this much longer. The harvest season is so short, and fresh produce from our friends in our neighborhood and our community is fleeting. So I just want to soak up as much of it as I possibly can while I can. I think every season asks something different of us. Winter may invite us to gather inside and rest and focus on the systems of our home more, but summer does really pull us outdoors. And maybe good homemaking isn't about forcing every season to look exactly the same. Maybe it's about creating a home that supports the life we are actually living. So this summer for us, that looks like simple meals, time outside, enjoying the little moments and making memories that we will look back on and think how special this season truly was.